That $6 can of WD-40 in your garage is secretly preventing thousands in car repairs. But 9 out of 10 people are using it wrong. From repairing rust in your car to fixing engine damage, these are the 15 WD-40 tricks only professional car owners know about. Don't skip, because one of these hacks could save your engine from catastrophic failure. Let's dive in. Trick number 15, the rust repair trick. Think WD-40 is just for squeaky hinges? Here's what they don't tell you. Your car's metal parts are under 24/7 attack from moisture, salt, and the elements, and rust never takes a day off. Those shiny chrome bumpers, exhaust tips, and wheel wells, they're basically rust magnets waiting to turn your ride into a rolling piece of modern art nobody wants to buy. But here's the kicker. WD-40 becomes your rust-fighting superhero when used right. Spray it on any exposed metal, door hinges, hood latches, chrome trim, even exhaust components. And it creates a protective barrier that repels moisture and prevents corrosion from getting a foothold. The formula penetrates into microscopic pores in the metal, displacing water and leaving behind a thin protective film. Professional detailers swear by this technique because prevention is always cheaper than restoration. A few minutes of spraying every couple months can save you from hundreds in chrome polishing or thousands in bodywork down the road. Even better, that protective layer makes future cleaning easier since dirt and grime can't bond to the surface as easily. Seriously, who wants to drive around in a rust bucket when a $6 can keep your car looking like it actually belongs in this decade? But here's the truth. Prevention beats perfection every single time. Wait until you see this diagnostic trick that even seasoned mechanics keep secret. Trick number 14, vacuum repair secret. Ever had your engine idle like it's having a caffeine withdrawal? Or throw random check engine lights just to mess with your sanity? Here's what most drivers never suspect. A sneaky vacuum leak that's slowly destroying your air-fuel ratio and murdering your gas mileage like a silent assassin. But here's the genius part. WD-40 becomes your diagnostic superhero with this one simple trick. With the engine running, spray it near vacuum hoses and connections. If the idle suddenly changes, boom, you found your leak. The spray gets sucked in and temporarily seals the gap, giving you instant confirmation without fancy equipment. But here's the kicker. Professional mechanics like Scotty Kilmer have used this trick for decades because unlike carb cleaner, WD-40 won't turn your engine bay into a fireworks show. Even better, it's safe around plastic sensors and won't melt anything important. That $6 can just save you a $150 diagnostic fee and potentially thousands in engine damage. Seriously, who needs fancy scan tools when you've got liquid genius in a can? But here's the catch. Most people never think to try this. Now here's something you see every single day but probably never think to clean. Trick number 13, hidden license plate repair. When's the last time you actually looked at your license plate? Here's the truth. Years of road grime, UV rays, and salt have probably faded it from crisp and clear to, can you even read that? And here's what they don't tell you. In some states, an unreadable plate is a $50 ticket waiting to happen. But here's the beauty of this 60-second fix. WD-40 can make your plate look roadworthy again instantly. The formula lifts built-up grease, dirt, and even rust from the edges, giving your plate a cleaner, sharper look without any sanding or repainting required. Here's the pro technique. Remove the plate first, wash it with warm water and dish soap, then finish with WD-40 and a microfiber cloth. Now let's be honest. Don't expect factory new reflective shine because this is cosmetic touch-up, not full restoration. But here's the kicker. For the price of a gas station sandwich, it's one of the fastest ways to make your car look better and avoid that surprise fine you didn't see coming. And here's the irony. Something so simple that takes 1 minute could save you from getting pulled over for something you never even thought about. But wait until you see what this next trick does to your tires. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Trick number 12, tire transformation spray. Your tires take more abuse than a rental car, and those sidewalls show every mile of it. Here's what they don't tell you. Faded, cracked, and dull rubber makes even the nicest car look like it's been sitting in a junkyard for months. Most people spend $20 on fancy tire shine products, but here's the secret that costs a fraction of the price. Here's the kicker. WD-40 can bring those sidewalls back from the dead. First, give them a good rinse and scrub to remove loose dirt. Once they're completely dry, spray a light coat of WD-40 onto the sidewalls. But here's the catch, never the treads. That's a slip and slide disaster waiting to happen. Trust me. Let it sit for a few seconds, then wipe with a clean cloth. Here's what happens next. Instantly, your tires look darker, shinier, and brand new. But it's not just about looks, because WD-40 actually helps protect against cracking and UV damage, keeping your rubber in better condition longer. And here's the best part. The treatment lasts weeks, not days like some tire dressings. But let's be crystal clear. Sidewalls only, never the treads. You want grip on the road, not a one-way ticket to the ditch. Because looking good is great, but staying alive is even better. Now brace yourself for this electrical system game changer that could save you thousands. Trick number 11. Fix electrical problem with one spray. Electrical problems are the silent assassins of the automotive world. One day, everything's fine. Next thing you know, you're staring at a $700 bill for a corroded ECU connector. But here's what most people never realize. Many of these failures start small, with just a bit of moisture sneaking into connectors like a ninja in the night. Here's where WD-40 earns its legendary status. And here's the kicker. WD stands for water displacement. So it was literally designed to push moisture out of sensitive components. A light spray on clean, powered-off terminals creates a protective barrier that stops corrosion before it even thinks about starting. But here's the pro move that separates smart drivers from expensive mistakes. Upgrade to WD-40 Specialist Contact Cleaner for delicate electronics. It dries quickly, leaves no residue, and removes over 95% of common surface contaminants, making it perfect for battery terminals, switches, and circuit boards. And here's the truth. That thin protective layer could save you from a $1,000+ wiring harness replacement. Smart money protects the brain of your car because when electrical systems fail, your wallet feels the pain. If you made it this far, click that like button. We did a lot of research and we'll appreciate it. We got 10 more WD-40 that will shock you and save you a lot of money. You'd be shocked by how useful it is. Trick number 10. The weather stripping prevention. Ever yank on your car door in winter and feel like you're opening a bank vault? Here's what they don't tell you. That's not just cold weather being dramatic. That's your rubber seals quietly failing. And when they go, the damage doesn't stop at a stuck door. But here's where it gets scary. Cracked weather stripping lets water sneak into your cabin, leading to soaked carpets, fried electronics, mold growth, and floor panel rot. If water reaches your underdash wiring, you're looking at repair bills that'll make your wallet file for bankruptcy. We're talking $2,000 damage that could have been prevented. Here's the game changer, WD-40 Specialist Silicone Spray. But here's the catch. Unlike regular WD-40, which contains petroleum that can actually dry out rubber, this formula is designed specifically to keep seals soft, flexible, and water-resistant. A quick spray every few months keeps your doors sealing tight and opening smooth, even when it's cold enough to freeze your thoughts. But here's the pro tip most people miss. Don't just spray and forget. Wipe off the excess with a clean cloth, because that thin, even coat is all you need to repel moisture and prevent sticking. The result? Quiet cabin, dry floors, no mildew, and hundreds saved before the damage even starts. Now imagine this next hack literally saving your paint job from permanent damage. Trick number 9. The tree sap paint fix. You walk out to your car and spot a sticky blob on the hood that looks like Mother Nature just gave you the finger. That's tree sap, and it's not just ugly. It's chemically eating through your clear coat like acid rain with a personal grudge. Most people start scraping and scrubbing, turning a small problem into a paint disaster. Here's where WD-40 quietly becomes your paint-saving superhero. Its solvent base softens hardened sap without harsh scrubbing, letting you gently wipe it away before it bakes in and causes permanent damage. The technique is simple. Cool surface, few sprays directly on the sap, let it sit for 2 minutes, then gently wipe with a microfiber cloth. Follow up with soap and water to remove any residue, then apply fresh wax. You just avoided a $500 polishing job or even a $2,000 repaint. Critical warning, always wash the area afterward and never let WD-40 sit in direct sunlight. Used correctly, it's your affordable defense against nature's paintwork assassin. Fast, easy, and your clear coat will thank you later. Trick number 8, the rust penetrant secret. There's nothing quite like the soul-crushing sound of a wrench slipping off a rusted bolt to absolutely destroy your day. Not only that, and if you've ever sheared one off mid-repair, you know that's not just frustrating, that's expensive. Broken bolts mean extra labor, drilling, and sometimes replacing the whole part they're stuck in. Enter WD-40 Specialist Penetrant. This isn't your average spray and pray situation. In controlled torque tests, bolts that needed over $500 to loosen dropped to nothing and cheaper after applying WD-40. That's real relief for your tools, your hands, and your sanity. The secret is capillary action. It seeps deep into tight threads and rusted seams, breaking corrosion from the inside out. Clean the area first, spray it directly into the threads, and try loosening within a few minutes. Some folks like to let it soak, but this formula works best when you act fast before it evaporates. Forget the torch, forget the hammer, forget the creative cursing. A few bucks and a little patience can save you from a $300 mechanic visit, or worse, damaging something irreplaceable. Because seriously, who has time for broken bolts in 2025? This next one will make your chrome shine like it just rolled off the showroom floor. Trick number 7, the chrome restoration miracle. If you've ever spent hours trying to bring dull chrome back to life, you know it's either a weekend ruining project or there's a shortcut waiting to be discovered. Spoiler alert, there's definitely a shortcut, and it comes in a blue can. WD-40's blend of light oils and cleaning agents cuts through road grime, water spots, and even stubborn tar without harsh abrasives. Just spray it on, wipe with a microfiber cloth, and watch that chrome start gleaming like it belongs in a car show, not a junkyard. Got tougher spots? It's gentle enough not to scratch, but strong enough to remove surface rust and baked-on debris. And here's the bonus. WD-40 multi-use product is safe to use on your vehicle's paint and actually leaves behind a protective layer that slows future rust formation. For the cost of a single can, it beats buying multiple polishing compounds and cuts your cleaning time to practically nothing. Shiny, clean, and done in minutes. That's efficiency with style. This next hack could literally get your car running again after it refuses to start. Trick number 6, the flooded engine spray. You hit a deep puddle, get caught in a storm, or power wash the engine bay a little too enthusiastically. Now your car won't start, and you're stuck with nothing but silence or a pathetic sputter. Before you call for a tow, remember what WD-40 was originally designed for. Water displacement formula 40. This is where WD-40 gets back to its roots. Moisture in your ignition system can shut everything down, but a targeted spray on distributor caps, coil packs, and spark plug wires can push that moisture out and get you running again. Safety first. Make sure the engine is off and cool, disconnect the battery, then spray WD-40 on any wet ignition components. Give it a minute to work its magic, reconnect everything, and try starting. Most of the time, you'll hear the difference before you finish turning the key. This won't fix major flood damage, but for light moisture issues, it's a garage hero that can save you from a tow bill, diagnostic fees, or being stranded in the rain with a car that's having an electrical tantrum. Water displacement. It's not just a name, it's a superpower. Now here's where people start making expensive mistakes. Trick number 5, the scratch. Fix that ruins everything. You've probably seen this hack online. Spray WD-40 on a car scratch and watch it magically disappear. And yeah, for about 5 minutes, it looks like it works. That oily film fills the scratch just enough to fool your eyes under certain lighting. But here's the brutal truth. WD-40 doesn't remove scratches. It masks them temporarily while creating a bigger problem. That greasy residue attracts dust and dirt like a magnet. Over time, that buildup wears down your clear coat, dulls your paint, and can even cause permanent discoloration. People who tried this hack ended up needing full paint corrections or complete repaints, costing anywhere from $300 to over $3,000. Instead of playing optical illusion games, grab a proper scratch repair kit from Megiars or Turtle Wax. Products actually designed for paint correction, not temporary tricks. WD-40 is amazing for hundreds of things, but using it as a paint magician, that's one shortcut that leads straight to expensive regrets. Sometimes the easy way out is actually the expensive way in. Here's a genius hack that prevents battery problems before they strand you. Trick number 4, the battery terminal protection. You pop the hood and see white crusty buildup on your battery terminals that looks like automotive dandruff. That's corrosion, and left alone, it leads to weak starts, electrical glitches, or a completely dead battery that chooses the worst possible moment to give up. The fix is surprisingly simple, and WD-40 can help prevent future problems. First, disconnect the negative terminal. Clean everything with a wire brush and baking soda solution. Then dry thoroughly. Once it's spotless, spray a light coat of WD-40 on the terminals before reconnecting. This creates a moisture-resistant barrier that slows oxidation and keeps corrosion from staging a comeback. It also makes future cleanups way easier since gunk can't bake into the metal. This simple trick can add years to your battery life and save you from premature replacements depending on your ride. Plus, your car will actually start when you need it to. Revolutionary concept, right? Sometimes the best problems are the ones you prevent from happening in the first place. This next mistake is so dangerous, it could literally kill you. Number 3. The brake contamination catastrophe. It sounds ridiculous, but people actually spray WD-40 on their brakes thinking it'll stop squeaking or remove rust. Let me be crystal clear. Spraying WD-40 on brake components isn't maintenance. It's attempted vehicular manslaughter with yourself as the victim. Your brakes depend on friction to stop your car. WD-40 is a lubricant. See the problem? You're literally reducing your ability to stop. That residue soaks into brake pads, contaminates surfaces, and leaves a greasy film that doesn't just squeak, it slips. At best, you'll lose stopping power. At worst, total brake failure while you're flying down the highway. Even if you catch the mistake early, replacing contaminated pads and rotors costs $300 and $500 per axle. Damage the calipers or lines. That climbs past $1,000 faster than you can say lawsuit. If your brakes need cleaning, use proper brake cleaner. Even WD-40 makes one under their specialist line. It's fast drying, residue free, and made specifically for high friction systems. Your brakes are literally what keep you alive. Don't gamble with greasy shortcuts. Here's a silent killer that destroys your car's heart. Number 2. The engine destruction warning. This isn't a hack. This is a warning that could save your engine from catastrophic failure. Some people actually pour WD-40 into their oil filler cap or add it to fuel, thinking it works like some miracle engine treatment. This is engine suicide. WD-40 is not engine oil. It's a solvent that evaporates quickly, offers zero thermal protection, and provides no actual lubrication where it counts. Engine oil doesn't just lubricate, it manages heat, prevents metal-on-metal wear, and suspends contaminants under extreme pressure and temperature. Using WD-40 inside your engine can cause overheating, bearing failure, oil starvation, piston seizure, or complete engine collapse. You're not just out of oil, you're out of an engine. That mistake costs $3,000 to $10,000 in repairs. And here's the terrifying part. WD-40 is flammable in a hot engine environment. Use WD-40 around your engine all you want, on bolts, hoses, connectors, external components, but never inside the block. Your engine is the heart of your car. Don't give it a chemical heart attack because you confused a penetrating oil with motor oil. Now here's the hack that saves windshields from expensive damage. Before we go with number 1, bonus tip, the wiper blade protection. Wiper blades are one of those things you completely ignore until they screech across your windshield like nails on a chalkboard during a thunderstorm. Here's what most people don't realize. A lot of that noise comes from dried out rubber that can actually scratch your glass over time. WD-40. Specialist silicone spray can prevent that damage before it happens. Lift the blades, clean them with a damp cloth, then apply a light mist directly onto the rubber. Wipe off excess, and you're left with flexible, water-resistant blades that are far less likely to crack or split. But here's the bonus. It reduces squeaking and dragging, which means less wear on your windshield itself. A damaged blade can leave tiny scratches that eventually require professional polishing or even glass replacement. We're talking $300, $1,000 depending on your vehicle. Instead of buying new blades every season or gambling with your visibility during storms, a 10-second spray keeps them working longer and protects your glass. Because when it's pouring rain and you can't see the road, proper wipers aren't just convenient, they're literally life-saving. This next one prevents costly door problems before they happen. Number 1, the door hinge preservation strategy. If your car door creaks, pops, or feels heavier than it used to, that's not your imagination. That's your door hinges starting their slow march toward failure. Every open and close puts stress on those joints, and without proper lubrication, they corrode and wear down like clockwork. Left unchecked, you could end up with a door that won't close properly or starts to sag like it's given up on life. A few seconds with WD-40 makes a huge difference. Spray the hinge pivot points where metal rubs against metal, then open and close the door several times to work it in. This cuts friction, flushes out grit, and prevents rust from forming inside the moving parts. But here's the pro tip. Don't blast it and walk away. Wipe off excess with a clean cloth so it doesn't drip onto your paint or attract dirt like a magnet. And the hack that saves the most money. Bonus tip. The flooded engine lifesaver. You hit a deep puddle, get caught in a storm, or power wash the engine bay too enthusiastically. Now your car won't start, and you're stuck with nothing but silence or a pathetic sputter. Before you call for a tow, remember what WD-40 was originally designed for. Water displacement formula 40. This is where WD-40 gets back to its roots. Moisture in your ignition system can shut everything down. But here's the genius part. A targeted spray on distributor caps, coil packs, and spark plug wires can push that moisture out and get you running again. Safety first. Make sure the engine is off and cool. Disconnect the battery, then spray WD-40 on any wet ignition components. Give it a minute to work its magic, reconnect everything, and try starting. Most of the time, you'll hear the difference before you finish turning the key. But here's the kicker. This won't fix major flood damage, but for light moisture issues, it's a garage hero that can save you from a tow bill, diagnostic fees, or being stranded in the rain with a car that's having an electrical tantrum. Water displacement. It's not just a name, it's a superpower. There you have it. 15 WD-40 hacks that could save you thousands. Which one shocked you most? Comment down below. Did you know there are car secrets that can prevent a $4,000 car repairs? Well, click this video. You will not regret it. Thanks, like, and subscribe.